7:50. So up to 8:40, I have good time to talk to you about the DMAC again. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control.
Control.
And in define, what are the steps, what are the tools, what are the deliverables, and same way measure, analyze, improve, and control. Because you need to know why are you working on the project, why are you defining the problem, why are you measuring the problem. So the statistical aspect of it already we have understood, and we will go deeper and understand in the last 20 minutes. And now each and every phase, every step, every tool, the significance we are going to understand. Define phase. When you say you have defined, you have completed the define phase, in all ways in any Six Sigma project, there will be a toll gate review. Maybe in your college also, when you are doing a project, your professors could have conducted some review. First review, second review, and final review. Then only they will do the assessment, give mark to you. Same way, when you are doing a project now in your company, all your the Six Sigma experts, the so-called project sponsors, project champion, black belts, green belts, and other important people in your organization will attend the meeting. We call the meeting as toll gate review. In the toll gate review, these questions will be asked. You should be able to answer the question. First question: is this project important to business? If you are a owner of the company, will you not ask this question? Because for you to work on a project, you require 25 lakhs for 6 months. So this question is important. The deliverable of your project should help me achieve my goal. If I am the top management, your project goal should align with my goal. Then only I will consider project as important. Otherwise, your project will not have the chance to get it approved. Does a business case exist? Okay, goals are aligning. Okay, but when I invest 25 lakhs, what is the return on investment? How much I will get back? I invest 25 lakhs and the return is 40 lakhs. Now a business case exists. If this doesn't happen, investment is 25 lakhs, benefit is 10 lakh. Do you think your project will be approved?
No, sir.
Definitely no, right? So all these questions you should be able to answer right at the time of proposing your project. Have you identified the CTQs? What does CTQ stand for? Critical?
Critical to quality.
Beautiful. Critical to quality. Why do I call it critical to quality? Because my customer looks at it very seriously. Whatever metric which can impact my customer satisfaction is important for me, and I call them critical to quality. Certain aspect, your customer may not be interested, but your business will be interested. Then I will call them critical to business, right? Always any project you are doing, you must understand whether you are solving your customer's problem or your business problem. If you are solving your customer's problem, your pain metric is CTQ. If you are solving your business problem, your pain metric is CTB. We can have 100 example on each and everything. For example, inventory reduction. Whose pain it is? Is it a customer's pain?
No, it is not.
Inventory
Business team.
Very good. Customer never bothers about your inventory, right? And so that is the CTB. Sometimes your the transaction time is taking a longer time. Your customer is making a complaint. Now transaction time is a problem of your customer now, because customer finds it painful, and so transaction time is now called critical to quality, right? Same way, who is experiencing the pain? You can call it as CTQ or CTB. Or project plans and key milestone defined. You're asking 25 lakhs resource and project duration is 6 months. What will you achieve after 6 months? And then what will you achieve after every month? And if your monthly milestones and monthly goals are fixed, what will you achieve at the end of every week? You should have a clear breakup of your goal and then the milestones. If that is there, and then only you can be a project leader, then only your project can be approved. Then for each and every milestone, the responsibility, who is responsible for the milestone, and everything you should have a clear plan. We have certain tools, nothing but project management tools.
Stakeholders, who are the first stage, second stage stakeholders? Like,
Exactly. The stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? No, for each and every milestone. So, and then, some little bit of project management is also important as part of the Six Sigma drive, right? So there are a few questions I have highlighted here, but likewise, there are many questions you need to find the answer when you say you have completed the defined phase. And the tools which can be very, very helpful to you to answer all these questions beautifully is Project Charter, which is a project management tool. How will you plan your project so that within 6 months you complete the project, you also produce the result which you have committed to your boss? That's called project charter. A 1 page or a 2 page document. Always people make project proposal for 50 pages, 100 pages. Do you think the person who is going to approve your project will read everything? So make it crisp. Even if you have a 50-page document, keep it one side. Always create create an impact in the first impression itself. So make it for 1 or 2 page. Give everything. Give visual clues, and then come to the point. Very straight. What is the business case? What is the problem? What is the scope? What is the goal? What is the timeline? Who are the team member? Likewise, we have certain format, and that is called project charter, which will quickly convince any top management. Put certain information which will impress them. And Kano model. Always understanding customer is a challenge. Hope all of you will agree with me. Understanding a customer is always a challenge. You will be doing survey, you will be doing lot of interaction, email survey, email interaction, telephone survey, telephonic interaction, personal survey, personal interaction. There are many, many ways. But once you interact with them, the voice of the customer is recorded. Now, which is most important to your customer? Which is most important to your customer? That you must give first. Am I right? What is next after the most important one? Then you must strive to give the next item. So this is how customer priority changes. There is a beautiful tool called Kano model, which will help you understand the customer requirement as well as prioritize the requirement, right? And another tool, SIPOC. It's an acronym which stands for supplier, input, process, output, and customer. We call it high-level process map. Imagine you want to construct a house for your family. The budget is 75 lakhs. What is your first job? You will create a plan of your house. Am I right? Yeah, high-level view of your house. Some of you might go for a 3-dimensional view. Am I right? Because your investment is 75 lakhs and you cannot invest and then make changes in your house. That is a wrong approach. So you must do your work right the first time. So what can ensure you execute your project right at the first time? This is the tool which will drive you in the correct direction, which is called a SIPOC. A high-level process map or high-level view of the process which you are going to improve, right? Pareto. Pareto is a QC tool which will help you to prioritize problems, prioritize factors, prioritize solution. Whenever you see the word prioritization, Pareto will help you, right? And CTQ tree. When you talk to your customer will always talk in a very vague language. He will never come to the point which is technical in nature. Am I right? Customer cannot talk in a technical language, but you have to convert the vague language of the customer into appropriate technical specification. This process is called quality function deployment. Converting the vague statements of customer or vague requirements of customer into appropriate technical specifications is called QFD. But instead of going to the technical specification, for a particular problem, you convert the vague voice of the customer into appropriate pain metric. That is called CTQ. To identify the CTQ from the voice of the customer, you can use the tool CTQ tree. Y equal to f of x, I already told you yesterday. Y is the problem you want to solve. Y is a dependent variable. X are independent variable.
Independent variable.
Which means X can be fixed at whatever value you want. Then only it is called X variable. For example, you have a boiler. If you can fix the temperature at any value you want, then temperature is a independent variable. But the output from your boiler, if you cannot fix it the way you want, then such things, for example, let us say the, what do you call, let's say the amount of steam you produce. So that is actually a Y variable. That depends on several other X factors. And toll gate review, I already told you a lot of questions, right? So hope the tools, these are the tools which will be very, very helpful. Of course, there are many other tools which you will be learning when you actually inside our main program. Now I'm going to play you a video help you understand the importance of understanding the customer requirement. If you can't understand the customer requirement, it will affect your business also. It will affect your customer also. Am I correct? You understand the customer requirement, then develop your product, then your customer also happy, you can also be happy. Right. Let me play this video. Just have a look at it. Right. So it's always important to understand the requirements completely. You have to ask the right questions to, to go deeper and understand the requirements of your customer, better than he himself knows about it.
ஐயோ அது எனக்கு உனக்கு எதுக்கு நான் பிறகு சொல்றேனே ஓ படிப்ப படியே.
Okay, right. So let's move on. Right. So Kano model is a tool which will help you to understand your customer's requirement to a deeper level. Right. And not only that, you can also prioritize what is his first requirement and what is the next requirement. If there are 100 items customer expects from a product, let's say 100 feature customer wants from a product. What are the features which are essential? What are the features which are required after fulfilling the essential? What are the features that may delight your customer? So the prioritization order also required. So Professor Noriaki Kano developed it. If you are part of the product development team, then you must learn this tool, right? And this is called Kano model. There are 3 curves here, a dark blue, a green, and a light blue. The dark blue are nothing but the must-be features, the essential features. These are called dissatisfier. You have to be careful with the dissatisfier. You have to be very, very careful with the dissatisfier. And number 2, performance features. These are called satisfiers. Performance feature means these are the features with which customer will compare your product with your competitors. Right? For example, you want to join a green belt program. You may compare our training with our competitors. Unless and until we really do better than our competitors, you will not come to us. So buying decision comes from the second level. But why did you join our program? You are actually doing a trial program with us like this white belt because the must be was okay for you, right? So only when the essentials are there, people will consider your product for comparison. Then they will actually compare. In the comparison, if you stand better than the competitor, buying decision happens. If you can have features more than the performance features, that will definitely be a delight to your customer, right? And this is must be, this is performance, this is delight. And now let us talk about the satisfier and dissatisfier. Imagine you are going to a restaurant with all your family member, and the restaurant is providing you a beautiful hand wash facility. Everything is neat, clean, well organized, and you can see the cleanliness and everything. This is extremely, good. And now tell me, this particular feature in a restaurant is a satisfier or a dissatisfier? All of you can try to answer the question. Nothing wrong in going wrong. If you go wrong, I'll make you learn. Come on, make it right. What do you think? This feature is satisfier or dissatisfier? Why are you taking so much time? We have
Satisfier, sir.
Satisfier, sir.
Satisfier.
Very good. I could hear only satisfier. And is there anybody here thinking this as this satisfier? Nobody. Very
So
good.
dissatisfier.
Okay. Sagar says dissatisfier. Why Sagar? This is dissatisfier.
Sir, there is accumulation of water. It is not going through pipe.
Very good. Very good. No, okay, you are seeing this as a problem. Right, I understand. Fine. Good thinking. Let me clarify. See, suppose if you are satisfied with a particular feature, imagine you are going to a movie with your family. The movie was extremely good. You liked it. It's a complete movie to be watched, with all the family members. So you liked it. Tell me, how will you react once you, like a movie? Will you refer to your friends?
Yes, obviously.
Yes, sir.
You will write the review.
Yes, sir.
Probably you may prefer to watch the movie once again.
Yeah.
But now coming to this feature, the hand wash facility is really beautiful, well organized. But will you start referring this hotel to your friends and colleagues because of the hand wash facility?
No.
Right? And that means it is not impacting your satisfaction. It is not impacting your satisfaction. But like how Sagar said, suppose if I don't provide you the hand wash facility in my hotel, will you come to my hotel?
No.
If hand wash facility is not there, if I perform badly with respect to this feature, you will not even consider my restaurant for your next visit. So when I don't do well, it immediately dissatisfies you. But when I do well, you will only stay neutral. It is not impacting the satisfaction positively. You are not going to the next level. Am I right? So this particular feature, the hand wash facility in a restaurant, is a dissatisfier and not a satisfier. Why is it important to us? If it is a dissatisfier, absolutely there is no compromise possible. You have to do it very well. Do you understand? If you are starting a restaurant tomorrow, you must provide this. If you don't provide this, nobody will prefer to come to your restaurant. So always it is important. Every feature in your product, whether it is a satisfier or a dissatisfier or a delighter, you should be able to understand. The moment you understand it is a dissatisfier, there is no compromise at all. If there are 100 dissatisfier, you must do well with respect to all the 100 dissatisfier. Is that clear? Right. So likewise, you need to master all the features, and thereby when you are developing a product, you will not make any mistake and you will give proper importance to each and every feature. So the deliverables of a defined phase, the moment you say you completed your defined phase, then you should have your project charter approved. You should be able to convince your boss, and your boss should be able to happily sign your project. So the main deliverable is approved project charter. Along with the project charter, you should also have the high-level process map. High-level process map is otherwise called SIPOC, Supplier, Input, Process, Output, Customer. Again, it's a format. A project charter is nothing but a template which will talk about these important things: the business case or business impact, the problem statement or the opportunity statement, goal statement, scope statement, project plan, team selection. And if you want to add few more, then you can add the number of, maybe you can make it an 8-pack and make it crisp, short, and then, to the point, and so that your, sponsor can quickly approve your project. So what are the main deliverables from a defined phase? What are the main deliverables? Come on.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, project charter
Hmm.
and high-level performance map.
Process map, right?
Process map.
Main deliverable is, you can even say approved project charter and high-level process map. Only when the project charter is approved, your project is live. So the main deliverable from the defined phase is approved project charter. How many steps are there in defined phase? 3 steps, 5 steps, or 15 steps. I do not know whether I talked about it. There are 3 steps. First step is project identification. Second step is project selection. Third step is creating a complete plan, nothing but project charter and high-level process map. So every phase will have 3 steps, right? So the answer to this question is 3 steps. What does S stand for in SIPOC? Come on, why are you taking too much time? Are you not listening to me?
Supplier.
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 Then I stands for improve. I stands for what? Input. You're not listening properly. You're not paying proper attention, right? So I stands for input. P stands for process. O stands for
Output.
output. C stands for
Customer.
yes. Customer is not always the end user, right? Customer, there are 3 forms: end user, internal customer, external customer. The right one you should always visualize. Right. Now we move on to the measure phase.